So while retail investors are trying to time the market, maybe even some of you have the question, should I sell right now? Institutional level investors in smart money are taking profits as we speak without selling any of their cryptocurrency assets. And that is the exact strategy that we are going to be diving into in today's video. So stick around. In my last video, I mentioned that you can use DeFi liquidity pools to actually start taking profits in the market right now without even selling any cryptocurrency assets. And today I'm going to be revealing that strategy. But first, I want to show you that I'm actually doing this and that I'm not just some random person blowing smoke, basically. So I'm doing about $170 per day off of my DeFi portfolio. That comes out to 132% APR based on my current liquidity in the market. Now, that being said, some of these positions are producing lower amounts, other positions are producing higher amounts because APRs do range based on trading volume. I'm currently in 3 different positions across the Ethereum networks, and I also have some other ones over on the Solana network. But cumulatively off of these 3 positions right here, which is just only a portion of my portfolio, roughly half of it, I'm doing about $170 per day. If we were to equate that to a monthly return, that comes out to $5,200 per month, which is over 10% per month. This is $5,200 per month that isn't locked up. It's not reinvested automatically to the point where I can't get it out. It is capital that I can claim at any given time. You could see $15 has already been claimed, and then I could take that and I could sell it to whatever asset I want, whether it's USDC, so I can put it in my bank account, whether it's into another cryptocurrency asset that I'm expecting to do well, or if I do really want to, I can compound it back into the position. But my point is, smart money, institutional level investors, and even just smart retail investors are using this exact strategy to begin to take profits right now, if not compound a little bit more. And then of course, when it comes time peak of market and they don't end up selling at the perfect price, because let's be honest, less than 1% of us end up selling at the perfect price, they have something to show for it. And they actually have generated income over that period so they can translate that into real money as opposed to their crypto just being another number on the screen like it is for most of us. It's the same strategy that Tim is going to implement into his portfolio to generate over a 150% APR, that Frank is using to currently generate a 358% APR in his portfolio, that Tariq is using to generate a 484% APR on a single position with Ethereum and Luna, that Igor is using to generate an 83% APR on his Nakamatic liquidity pool. And there's so many other results just like these ones that I ran through that get posted on a daily basis within DeFi Legacy. And the best part is you can choose your risk level, where they're generating a 50% APR, which is pretty damn good compared to traditional finance. And you can do that with Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana if you really wanted to. You can also dive into a little bit more risky assets with some altcoins like Ethereum to Aave or Ethereum to Aether, spec to Ethereum. These are positions that I'm currently in using to generate a 132% APR. Or of course, if you really want to get those high APRs like some of those people mentioned, you can dive into some meme coins as well with a small portion of your portfolio, as well as primarily target higher risk altcoins. The point is, people are using this strategy and people are making money, and they're translating that money into real dollars in their bank account, as opposed to just letting their cryptocurrency appreciate and then depreciate whenever the market crashes down. See, the truth is, timing the market at this point right here is nearly impossible. The majority of us are not going to be able to do it no matter what we say. I think we just need to come to terms that we are not selling the perfect price. I'm not even going to sell the perfect price. Most institutional investors will not sell the perfect price. They will sell near the perfect price. They might sell over here. They might sell over here. Hey, they might even sell over here, which is good as long as you invested all the way over here or over here or over here, basically. You generated profits. Now, with that being said, all of us are greedy. At the end of the day, it's in our blood. We're human beings. We all want to maximize our profits. So we end up waiting for that perfect price. And then of course, the market moves up just like that. We don't sell at the perfect price. The market starts to move down. We say, oh, it's just a retracement. We're expecting it to go back up. And we end up following the cycle, holding all the way up, all the way down, and then of course, eventually all the way up again and all the way down again. Perhaps some of us even give up and actually sell at the bottom. And it's actually not that hard to sell at the bottom when we think about it, basically. But my point is, smart money and smart investors, they are not trying to sell at the absolute top. What they are doing instead is using these DeFi yield generation positions to generate 50 to 150% APRs on their cryptocurrency assets. And then when it does come time to sell, they're selling over here or over here or over here. And ultimately, during this 1-year period, they were investing into those yield generation strategies. Not only did they see all the appreciation of the assets, they also maybe saw a 150% return on their assets, giving them more assets that are exposed to the market. So that way, when they sell right over here and they sell right over here, they know that they sold at a pretty damn good price because during this whole time, they were generating money through decentralized finance. Now, my point is, if you have $100,000 of Bitcoin right over here, and let's just say this is one Bitcoin for simplicity purposes, and over here you have $200,000 as one Bitcoin basically, Bitcoin appreciated 2x, pretty simple. But then maybe you sold at a price of $180,000. In your mind, you could have made another $20,000 more. That's a pretty decent chunk of change right there, especially compared to $180,000. You're going to kick yourself, you're going to regret it, right? And when you see $180,000, you might not even end up selling because you're thinking that it's going to go back up. Whereas during that whole time, let's just say you're doing something differently. You start with one BTC, which is worth $100,000, and then over time, that one BTC becomes worth 2 BTC. And of course, Bitcoin is still worth $200,000. So now you have $400,000. But then of course, you're not selling at the perfect price. So you sell over here when one Bitcoin is worth 180 grand. But the reality is you have 2 Bitcoin because over here you appreciated by 1 BTC. And now you have $360,000 that you are selling out of the market basically. So in your eyes, you're selling at a pretty damn good price. You're not going to have greed because ultimately you turned $100,000, which was supposed to be at max price, $200,000. You turn that into $360,000 through DeFi yield generation strategies. Now, the beauty of this is I'm not even taking into account the effect of compounding. If we are consistently compounding month by month, we are going to consistently generate more and more Bitcoin every single month, ultimately giving us more than $360,000. And this is just an example. We can even assume that we took that one Bitcoin as profit and we already cashed out $180,000, and now we just have a remainder $180,000 to sell over here. That way, if you do end up selling out that $180,000, or hey, maybe you even write it down to the bottom, at least you were able to pull out $180,000 into your bank account and translate that into real money. So again, my personal profit taking strategy this boron is pretty simple. I'm in DeFi yield generation positions that are generating me right now about 130% APR cumulatively across my entire portfolio. I start over here, but during that whole time frame, I'm generating additional income in which I'm actually compounding right now. So that way I could see even better returns this bull run. I'll try to sell not right here because I know damn well I'm not going to sell right there. I'll look at the market fundamentals. I'll look at the halving progress. I'll look at what retail investors are saying, what institutional level investors are saying, and I'll make a selling decision, most likely around this area over here or this area over here, probably down 10, 15, maybe even 20% from its actual peak price. But I'm accepting the fact that I don't have a magic ball and I'm not going to end up selling at that peak price, and I'm selling around that peak price. But during that whole time frame, I'm going to be able to cash out more money, and at the same exact time, towards the end of the bull market, or when I'm sensing to be the end of the bull market, most likely like right over here, probably about halfway through 2025, then what I'm going to end up doing is converting into liquidity positions that not only generate me income, and I'm going to take profit on that income into the bank account, I'm going to start investing into liquidity positions that sell me out of the market. That way I can dollar cost average out as I'm generating fees. So I'm selling without paying any fees whatsoever to any centralized exchange, to any decentralized exchange. I am only earning the fees. And in my next video, I'm going to be telling you exactly about that strategy where you can earn fees instead of paying them this market when it comes time to sell, as well as I'm going to reveal my exact flywheel that I use for number 1, compounding, number 2, taking profit and actually putting money into my bank account, and number 3, buying up hodl assets that don't even touch liquidity pools simply because they have so much growth potential. So with that being said, if you guys are intrigued, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on my next video. We're pumping out a ton of quality content here every single day, and I hope you'll stick around for the ride. I'll see you guys in the next video, and peace out.